World War III, satellite images show hundreds of Russian tanks massing on Ukraine border. Hundreds of Russian tanks look poised for a mass invasion of Ukraine as tensions over Crimea threaten to boil over. Latest satellite imagery shows Russian defense forces assembling hundreds of tanks at a new military base near the town of Kamensk-Shakhynsk, just over 10 miles from the Ukraine border. Updated images from Google Earth taken in November shows the large-scale military bases being equipped with T-64 and T-62M tanks as well as thousands of military trucks, artillery systems and tankers. The base is near the rebel-held territory of eastern Ukraine where Russia has been accused of backing separatists fighters clashing with pro-Ukrainian government forces. The commander of Ukraine's armed forces has said Russia now poses the greatest military threat since it annexed Crimea in 2014. General Viktor Muzhenko said the satellite images show at least 250 Russian tanks assembled near the border in the space of just 2 weeks. He said, "In front of us is an aggressor who has no legal, moral or any other limits. It is very difficult to predict when it will occur to him to begin active combat actions against Ukraine." General Muzhenko said the tanks assembled in the run-up to the Kerch Strait incident in which Russia captured Ukrainian ships and more than 20 naval officers. Moscow has still not released the men and Ukraine has accused it of a concerted effort to mobilize its tanks in the run-up to the incident. Mr. Muzhenko added, "This was an act of aggression from regular forces, the border service, of the Russian Federation, in relation to the Ukrainian armed forces." The Kremlin has denied the accusations, saying Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko is stirring anti-Russian sentiment ahead of elections. Mr. Poroshenko introduced martial law last week in parts of Ukraine he believes to be most at risk from Russian attacks. The Ukrainian president warned the initial period of 30 days could be extended after an assessment at the end of the period. He said, "The term of martial law depends on the Russian Federation. Based on how it will increase its capabilities, how it will react, how it will provoke and carry out such provocations, not like in the Kerch Strait but also on a larger scale, the legal regime that will be defined in Ukraine depends on it." The conflict in eastern Ukraine has already killed more than 10,000 people despite a ceasefire. Ukraine is expecting to finish the building of a military base near the Azov Sea, near to where last month's Kerch Strait incident happened. Kiev's allies, led by the United States, are sending in support and equipment such as air and naval reconnaissance, boats and weapons for ground troops. A Pentagon spokesman confirmed American military officials will meet with Ukrainian counterparts this week with a meeting scheduled between U.S. Naval Operations Admiral John Richardson and Ukraine's Navy Commander Admiral Ihor Voronenko. The spokesman said, Pentagon leaders will reiterate U.S. support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity within its internationally recognized borders, extending to its territorial waters, as well as the right of its vessels to traverse international waters.